YouTube, welcome to the first Isekai podcast weekly edition. It's going weekly just for winter. Don't you get used to it. Right now it's just me. Tis just your favoritist hobbit in the whole wide world. But hopefully we'll get some of the Isekai podcast crew coming in and out. I didn't really want to make them do this with me, as I'm basically making Isekai podcast weekly just because there's too many shows for me to talk about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the chart here, just give you first impressions on the shows that have come out, and then going forward we'll only really be talking about the shows that we have a lot to say. And on my end, it's probably gonna be shows that I'm not covering that I'm gonna bring to the table. So I think in the future I'm gonna have whoever's here bring a show to the table that they want to talk about. And yeah, for me, it wouldn't be a show that I'm already discussing on the channel. For me, it'll be something like 2.43 or something like that. If you're looking at this list and you see anything in green, it means it's a show that we're covering on the channel. If it's in yellow, it's a show that I'm watching, but I might not be covering. And if it's in red, well, I think you know what that means. YouTuber, smash those like buttons for weekly Isekai podcast, or JoJo will snack on your brains. Matt is exactly correct. That is exactly what I will do. I will eat your brains. Sad spooter noises. No, absolutely not. I don't feel bad about that at all. We'll get to the spider thing. Spider thing. We'll get to it. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We're going to go ahead and start. And I want to start by talking about 2.43, Seinen High School Boys Volleyball Team. This show is shockingly good. When I saw volleyball anime, look, if you've been here a while, you know what I thought of. I immediately was like, okay, so it's Haikyuu, right? Not quite. It has the same impact when the ball hits the court. It feels a bit like Haikyuu. I think just because it's volleyball, so of course it's gonna. But David Pro brings a lot to the table that I just wouldn't expect from Haikyuu. The shocking sort of end twist that I am going to talk about right now. So if you haven't seen 2.43, I am going to spoil it. So if you don't want that, maybe just plug your ears for 2 minutes, as I'm going to quickly sort of go through it. The ending where I can't remember his name. Is it Uni? Oh no, it's Kimichika. The ending where it turns out that Kimichika was so aggressively intent on playing volleyball and was so hard on his team that he actually drove a kid to basically try to kill himself because he was so hard on him. And it turned his entire school against him to the point where he had to move back to his hometown. Is insanely dark. And I thought it was really... Because you could write that and have it come off as, really offensive and shitty. It could have been, really bad. But David Pro knocks it out of the freaking park. And I have to absolutely give them huge kudos. I thought that was handled brilliantly well. And I think that the Kimichika and Kuroba, Kuroba, the two main duo... they have a really good dynamic. They have a very good dynamic. And it's funny because to me, Chika sort of feels like you crossed... It sort of feels like you crossed, Suki and Uenoyama. And then Kuroba feels like you crossed Hinata and... now I can't remember his name and I feel bad. The little crow. Suki's friend. Why can't I think of his name? Chat, help. You guys know me, I'm terrible with names. He's like my boy, Yamaguchi. Jesus. Sorry, Yamaguchi, I'm sorry. But it does feel like David Pro was like, okay, let's just take the main two and then the sub two in Haikyuu, and we'll sort of fuse them into just two characters. Right? The sweet boys will be one character, and the angry boys will be one character. And it's done really well. David Pro absolutely brings the thunder, as you would expect. I would have obviously, like, I'm a little surprised that they're doing 2 shows this season. They're doing this and Cells at Work. But I thought for what they brought to the table, it was really good. But yeah, phone watching Sun, iPad watching JoJo. That's awesome. Yamaguchi is precious. He is the best. I thought Haikyuu with David Pro's JoJo. With David Pro's JoJo spice. I'm impressed. That's basically it. Yeah, they bring in like the JoJo spice that is required, you know, for a David Pro production, but it's still sort of like it's its own thing in a cool way, and I thought that they handled it really, really well. Whoa! Is that the Sun Woo? Thank you for the raid, my dude. Moriocho Radio. Welcome, Raiders. We are just talking about 2.43. We were just talking about how good it is. What a happy surprise. Yeah, 2.43. Just to wrap up my thoughts on it quickly. The first episode was really good. I like that the team sort of assembles quickly. We don't really waste too much time. And yeah, like I said, I feel like did I say Uenoyama? I meant Kageyama. Sorry. Kageyama and Suki fuse together, make Chika, and then Hinata and Kageyama together make Kuroba. And that's sort of the vibe that I'm getting from the show. And I'm definitely here for it. Yeah, I want to see more.
Are you okay?
I definitely want to see more from it. Brenton, thank you so much for the follow, my dude. I hope you enjoy the stream. Moving along. I didn't watch any of the shows here in red. Titan, I obviously can't talk about because at the time of this recording,
Are you okay?
What did I say? Oh, whoops. My keyboard's going insane. 1 second. Kageyama? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I met Yamaguchi and Hinata. A lot of fusion characters in this episode. Honestly, though, I'm not against it. I'm definitely here for it. It was a pleasant surprise. Moving on. Yeah, we can't talk about Titan because, you know, it's not out yet at the time of recording this. The new episode will be out later. Gonna have to do a reaction to it because everybody says this episode and the episode after are gonna like change anime, so gonna have to watch that.
Well,
yo, dude, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. How are you? How's the stream?
Chilling. It was good.
Good.
I enjoyed the episode. That
Good.
was great.
Good. Do you have any thoughts
Nobody else
on?
is coming?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on
Do I have thoughts on
2.43?
what?
2.43.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, never mind. Can't talk about Titan. That shit hasn't come out yet. Beastars
You could
season
talk
2.
about Titan so far, I guess.
So far,
That's not really winter season, right? So,
yeah, that's what I was like, nah. You guys know we both love it. I don't feel like that's a surprise.
No, it's about to get even better.
Yeah,
That's all
I'm
I can
excited.
say.
I'm excited for it.
So what's next then?
Beastars season 2.
What did I miss?
2.43 in Titan.
Oh, you alphabetical? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't have anything to say about Beastars either. So that's
Shoot.
all you.
Beastars season 2. I just put out my video and all the comments were like, excited to have you back, man. Sorry, there's not a lot to talk about this week. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Like, it's literally just like a lot of catch up, right? Because it's just the show knows it's been off the air for a bit, so they're like, okay, here's where all the characters are after season 1, and I don't want to go into season 1.
Shit.
Yeah. There is like a little mystery that sort of like is in the background of the episode that like really picks up by the end. But that's about all there is to talk
But
about.
like they go out, what you're saying is they go out of their way to be like, we are aware that you guys have been missing Beastars, so let's like reacquaint you with this world.
Kind of, yeah. Like it's like
I hate
what's going
that
on
shit.
with it? Yeah, like they go like, what's going on with Lugosi and Haru? We gotta check in. Like how are
Stupid.
things going on with them? Like what's going
I
on
mean,
with Louis?
we're gonna
And,
talk
like,
about it later, but how
Yeah.
what you actually need to do when you restart a series after that amount of time is what Neverland did, and just
Mhm.
throw me back into it, dude. I don't need
Yeah.
you to hold my hand back into it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
this sort of felt like there is some stuff that's interesting. Like, again, I don't want to say too much because I know some, like, Son, I don't think you're caught up yet, right?
No, I'm not. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can say whatever. I'm not gonna catch up anytime on stream or anything. So
Well,
if I get spoiled, I get spoiled.
no, it's just like there's some characters who are like who are here that are sort of a surprise. You're like, whoa, what are you doing here? But like even then, it's just sort of like it's very vague, right?
True. All right.
Yeah, it's just like there's a lot of like vagueness. Like it's just sort of like trying to ease you back into it. I think I thought it was pretty good, honestly. I didn't think it was like the best premiere of like the sequel seasons, but I did think it starts on a really good note. And from what I hear about season 2, people are like, this is like if you thought season 1 gets off the rails by the end, like in terms of just like how intense it gets, like season 2 is gonna get like really crazy. So I'm like, okay,
all right.
Yeah.
See, for me, like as somebody who's only seen 4 episodes of the show, like it got more and more intense by the episode. So to think of it getting even crazier is insane to me. But
where it goes without saying anything, like it does just like keep ramping up. It's a crazy show. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Are you watching Black Clover or Boruto?
I'm reading Boruto and I'm not caught up on Black Clover, so.
Well then. We're gonna move on then.
Okay.
Stray Dogs isn't out yet. The short series, so can't talk about that.
I don't even want to talk about that's like just comfort.
Yeah.
Shit.
I feel like if we ever talk about it, because like the way I want this to go in the future is like whoever's here just kind of brings a show to the table that they really want to talk about that week. Like this show did this, and I want to talk about it. This week, just because there's so much that's coming out, like I'm like, okay, we'll just go through the list and just kind of talk about each one because I feel like people are gonna be like, did you watch this? It's like, yes, I saw that. But yeah, Juan we can't talk about yet. Bungo Stray Dogs Juan can't talk about that one yet. Gotta say it like that. Gotta say it like Hungry Dogs. Juan. Yeah. Cells at Work. Both versions. Cells at Work and Cells at Work Code Black.
I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I think it's weird that both are airing at the same time.
I don't think so. I think it's smart.
It just seems bizarre. Because aren't they coming out the same day, too?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
I think that's smart, dude. I think that, like, if you were being super greedy about it, you would have put them in 2 different seasons. I think that's fucking stupid. I think one is clearly a spin-off series, right? And you parry that, or you pair that with fucking, I've been playing too many fighting games. You pair that with what's already airing and what people are already hyped for, and I think you have a formula where it's like, everyone's going to watch Cells at Work Season 2 anyway, and now it's like everybody that was going to watch that is aware of Black. Otherwise, if Black was coming out by itself, I think you would have missed a huge portion of your target audience with that shit.
I suppose you're right.
So,
like,
I think it's a good idea.
Because I watched the first episode of Cells at Work, like Season 2, right? And I was like, so pleasant, right? I was like, backwards Cap is my girl, protect the little bean. Right? And I was like, this is fun. Everything is happy and goofy. And then I watched Code Black and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, this is dark as hell. Like, have you seen both?
I haven't seen either.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, like it's
doesn't matter. You can't possibly spoil Cells at Work Season 2 for me because it's like it's just gonna be more of the same shit that was already happening. Black is like a new experience, and I've heard things about it, but I haven't seen it yet. So
yeah, it's very interesting. I
don't want to feel bad about myself though, man. That's why I've been avoiding it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You what?
Like Black, I don't wanna watch it because like I know I don't take care of myself, and I don't want to see in anime form the repercussions of somebody that doesn't take care of themselves.
Can I be very real with you? I watched this while I was on the treadmill, right? And I was like, I fucking hate this. Like, because I was like, I hate the treadmill, right? Well, and I noticed because I was trying to figure out, like, what could have caused, like, this GERD thing. And my mom went to our family doctor, and she's like, has he been exercising? My mom was like, no. She's like, well, that's probably it. Tell him to get on the fucking treadmill.
That's definitely part of it, bro.
Yeah, so
Definitely
she's
part of it.
like, because he was exercising when, like, before the Backstreet Boys reunion tour happened, which is what we call the vid.
So
Yeah.
so not in a long ass time.
Yes, right? So she's like, he was exercising then because he had to go to work, right? And I walked to work and I had to walk around my store and then I walked home, right? I didn't drive. So I was constantly getting exercise, stretching my legs and walking around, moving boxes from one area to the other and all that fun stuff. So before that, so because I didn't, I was being a lazy fool, and then this thing that I didn't know I had kicked up, and that's what hurt my throat. Now that I've been exercising and eating properly, I feel like a million times better. But I was bitching about it the whole time until I watched Code Black, and then I was like, never mind.
You can still bitch about it, bro.
Oh,
If
I will.
bitching, see, what I've always realized, this has nothing to do with Cells at Work, but whatever. What I realize is like complaining about shit, like if it motivates you to make changes, then there's nothing wrong with complaining.
Mhm.
It's when it's the only thing that's wrong with complaining is when you complain just for the sake of complaining, you literally take no action.
Yeah,
So
that's just it. Like, I'm complaining because I'm like, my legs hurt, right? Like, because I haven't, like, I feel like that scene in The Matrix where Keanu's like, I can't really, like, I feel weak, like, I can't stand on my legs. And Morpheus is like, that's because you've never used them before. Right?
yeah,
And that's me. I'm just
it's
like,
not the same, bro. You did not just emerge from a fucking capsule that was generating energy and shit.
It felt like it, man. I was like, when I got off the treadmill, I like was jello legs. And I came out and I said that to my dad, and he's like, it's because you've never used them before. I was like, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Father. Like, but yeah, yeah, I literally was watching this on the treadmill, and I was like, Cells at Work made me feel like, look at me, I'm feeling positive about working out, right? And then Code Black was like, but if you stop, right? Like, if you stop, this is what's gonna happen.
See, that's the thing, though. It's not guaranteed. You know what? I'm not about to combat Cells at Work Black. All I need to do is just watch it. That's it.
It's super, dude. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel blasphemous for saying this because I love like the dynamic between white blood cell and red blood cell. Like, I love those two, right?
I think it's amazing. I think those characters are just amazing as they are. Like, I'm perfectly fine seeing a female white blood cell. I've seen her already, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely fine with it. But
yeah,
it's not the same. It's not the same.
Red blood cell is just Deku. Like, I promise you. Like, I was like, that's the vibe I got. He's just a good boy who works hard.
You know what I realized lately that people are going to cancel me for is that I have so much shit to talk about Deku, dude. Like, a lot of pent up shit to talk about. Deku.
I know you do, and it makes me sad because I love Deku, but like, I can respect it.
That's the thing. I love him too, and like, especially as a manga reader, like I love him probably even more so, and yet I still have so much shit to talk about him. That's not healthy.
He's improved. It's like he's a work in progress. God damn it.
It's not healthy, bro. It's literally like a parent shitting on their child. I don't like it.
It's so sad.
But yeah, I will watch both. I'm very excited to watch both. But I think I'm gonna focus on just watching season 2 of Cells at Work, and then Black I'll get to whenever I get to it.
I hear season 2 is gonna be shorter.
Yeah, it's 8 episodes, right?
Yeah, which I was like, that's also odd. Like, what's going on?
I'm fine with that. There's too much shit to watch, JoJo. 8 episodes is a blessing.
That's true, I guess. But like, I need like, I will say this, like, in terms of like the intensity in action, I actually think, and this might get me some heat, but I genuinely believe that Cells at Work Black is stronger than season 2, just in terms of like action and theme.
That's because none of it has been explored yet.
Yeah,
I think Cells at Work season 2, like, you know what you're getting, and like you already are familiar with the formula. Like, it's gonna be mostly episodic until it's not by the very end, and they do like a 2-episode arc, and it's all gonna be mainly wholesome with like the large bit of danger near the end.
Yeah.
Whereas Black is like, oh, this is fucked, and
we're
gonna give you like an action-packed experience with this. So like, I can see why people will gravitate towards that versus season 2, just because it's more fresh. It's the same concept, but it's in a different light, and I think it works.
Yeah, like the idea of it's like here's a healthy body, here's a less healthy body.
Mm-hmm.
And they even say like there's a point where like it becomes like an anti-smoking ad for a second. Like it's not a big spoiler, but they're talking about how like he let himself go, like the body that they're inhabiting, and all the cells are like, man, screw this guy. Like, and it's crazy because it's like you know that like before this, that's my cells were thinking the same thing about me. Like, man, screw this guy. Like, this is his fault. So it's
I
like,
mean,
all
don't
right,
smoke cigarettes, man. It's not good for you.
he's no good.
Try.
Yeah. That said, I do like my drinking, so my cells are gonna have to deal with that shit.
Look. That's the when I say that like I don't want to feel bad about myself. That's all I was talking about. I don't have many vices, but I gotta.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on, man.
Yes, let's move
I have shit else to say about cells.
All right. Yeah, let's move on. Also, hello, Cyanide. I see you in the chat, my boy, my Keijo brother. Oh, actually, son, that reminds me. I have something to talk about with you later.
Okay.
Let's
I
move
probably
on.
won't remember.
It's okay. I'll forget to. Did you? You're not keeping up with Digimon, right?
No.
No. Die. Adventures of Die. I'm not
No,
keeping
but
up with
it is good though. I've watched
That's what
2
I hear.
episodes of it. I think it has potential. I'll just wait till it's over. I'll watch the rest of it.
I feel the same. Like, I wanna check it out because like it's Toei, Toriyama, art design.
It's good.
I don't want to check it
It's
out.
like it's actually really good. It's just like my capacity to follow shit weekly has diminished greatly over the last 5 years. So can't do it. I'll wait.
Yeah, I feel you. Dr. Stone hasn't started yet, which makes me real sad. But I'm
When
excited
does
to talk
that
about
air?
it.
Is that like
The 14th?
Thursday? Or...
Yeah, I think that's a Thursday. I'm not super sure.
Okay.
Thursday or Friday.
That's all you, bro. I ain't
That's-
watching that shit.
Yeah, that blows my mind because I was like, you would like it. Like,
I'm sure I would. I just didn't finish the first season, and I have no intention of watching it by the time this starts.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's not enough time. It's like 3 days. It's not enough.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. So
Stone and Neverland the same day. I know it fucked up my my video schedule.
just Neverland for me.
Yeah, lucky you. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, at first I was like, the schedule fits perfectly, and then I saw Stone and Neverland were the same day. I'm like, like, god damn it.
I mean, Cells at Work is also on Thursday, bro.
Everything sucks.
And that means that Black is on Thursday.
Everything sucks. Like, well, I'm not covering Cells at Work and Code Black, so like those are gonna be shows I talk about on the pod, right? Because I'm not gonna bring a show that I'm already covering to the table. You know, like I'm gonna talk.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like because
so I see now why you're saying you would just be like everybody bring like what they want to talk about to this week's podcast, and
exactly
that makes sense.
Yeah, because for me it's like a lot of these. It's like I've already talked about them. Like you know, like I went on for 20 minutes.
For me, bro, like I don't see if I'm not gonna make content for it. I probably don't want to talk about. Like even if I like it and I'm watching it, I probably don't have anything to share. Just
That's
because if I wanted to share something with it, I would have just done a video on it.
I feel that. I mean, for me, I'll do that because I talk too much. So I like, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's in the name.
Yeah.
We all know how you be. As a matter of fact, you revived this whole thing and made it a weekly thing just because of that.
Exactly.
So,
like literally because I talk too much.
Can we skip XR?
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing. I was like, yep, nope, moving past that. Heaven design team. I hear things. People talking about it. Me neither. Higurashi, I fell off. I feel bad. I'll catch up eventually. I think I'm like 4 episodes behind.
I think it's something you can binge as long as you don't get spoiled.
Yeah, I'll check it out as we move. But Horimiya.
Fire!
That's what I expected.
Fire.
It's first of all, it's Cloverworks, and I have been preaching the gospel of Cloverworks since Neverland. So, visually speaking, it's stunning. The freaking shot of Mia, like running, like where he like takes off the glasses and he's like, "Oh, I gotta get the eggs."
Oh, I love that cut. Yeah,
it's brilliant, dude. I was so shocked, like how good it
like,
looked.
I was watching the episode back to myself last night because like I just tend to do that. Full disclosure, like whenever I react to something, I have to watch it again by myself because I know that I tend to miss some things. And seeing that shot in particular, I was like, there's so many moments of that episode where I was like, Mia is like top tier, dude. Like top tier, dude. And I
100%.
can't get over it. Like I resonate with the character so much to the point where it's like, Horny, you gotta do some shit to like make me like you now. Because
That's just
there's
it.
nothing wrong with you. It's just you ain't as special. You're not as special.
Well, that's my thing, right? Because I was like, because at first I was kind of vibing with her. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Like she gets done
She's
up to go
cool.
out. Yeah, like when she's at school, she's all done up. But when she's at home, she's just kind of like she goes into like big sister mode, right? Like, and she like has her hair done, however, like it doesn't really matter. She's like really
Nothing you
doting
haven't
on the
seen
kid.
before.
Yeah, like but like basic, right? So I'm like, okay, like that's cute. Mia is like a totally different dude outside of school. Like
That man is sexy, bro. I'm not
that's
even gonna hold you.
that's
I
just
was
it.
like,
Yeah, like
again, I
what the
got like
hell?
4 husbandos. He might be the 5th.
He is like I literally like in my reaction I'm like, oh, he is like hot. What the fuck? Like, because I was like, is that the same dude? Because like for a second I wasn't sure, and then he like turns around and I was like, oh my god, it is the same guy. Like
Oh, did you not know like the plot going
no,
into
I
it?
knew nothing about the show.
Oh, that's great. That's actually
Yeah.
perfect.
So I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this purple haired kid. Right? I was like, this guy's I don't like this guy. He's getting in the way of my ship. Right? I was like, screw this guy. I fucking love Toru. Like by the end, I was like, no, Toru, don't cry. Like I actually
Nice,
felt
dude.
fucking bad for that man by the end of the episode. Really good. And I like that Hori straight up says, like, did you tell him that you thought we weren't a good match? And he's like, yeah, I mean, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? And she's like, man, screw you! And like screams at him. I'm like, and I was literally just like, Mia, stop talking. Like, just
No,
stop saying words.
To me though, it's like so earnest. And I'm like, I would have said the same shit. Cause like at no point at that point was he thinking about anything like that. He just like he heard the question, he gave an answer.
Yeah. But I like
Very
that she immediately is like, no, dumbass. Like, I like you. And I was like, this is pleasant. Because usually we would have spent like a whole fucking season just getting these two together only for a misunderstanding to happen.
I guess that I think you have to attribute that to like credits to Horty though, because if it weren't for her personality type, it would have taken
A whole last
multiple
season.
episodes to get to that
Yeah.
realization.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, you ain't gonna do me like that.
That's just
not,
it,
that's
yeah.
not how that's not how we're doing this."
Yeah. She just immediately shuts that shit down. But I also got to give credit to Toru too. Like, he was a man, right? He's like, listen, do you have feelings for her? Because I'm going to ask her out.
Toru is GOAT, bro.
Yeah, Toru was a man about it.
That's how you want your boy to be. And I remember watching the episode like live and being like, you know, that's some refreshing shit, because you think back to like your high school days, bro.
Mhm.
It wasn't like that between the boys, man.
No,
like
it was
some
not.
of these motherfuckers were just a little too stupid and not upfront about how they felt about shit. You can't come at me for getting with a girl that you never told me you had any affinity for.
That's just
That's
it.
not my problem. That's really not my problem.
Exactly. Like, it's refreshing that he's like, okay, I'm just going to ask. Like, and he just like outright is just like, I'm just going to ask, like, are you
I
into
love
Hori?
that shit.
I was like, dude, this is a
And
good
he
man.
said no. And the thing is, if you want to rely on that representation, I still feel bad for him, because it's like you really can't rely on that, because he doesn't even understand what's about to happen to him.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of fucked up.
Well, and I love when they see each other, like at the end of the episode, he's like, hey, Mia, and he turns around, he's like all fucked up. Like his face is like covered in tears, he's still crying from the night before. And Mia's just like, what the fuck happened? And he's like trying to console him, and then Hori and the blonde girl are like, are they confessing to each other? What's happening? And like, and that's where the episode ends. I was like, that's amazing. I love that.
That to me was like when I knew, because like I was curious about what the pacing was like, but that told me as a viewer that I was like, oh, the pacing has to be fine.
Yeah.
It's gotta be fine, dude.
Yeah, this was a very pleasant surprise, because a lot of people are like, you have to, like, watch
Was
it, you
it?
must. Yeah, because everyone was telling me, like, you must. And I was like, okay, every time you guys say this, the show ends up not living up. So I'm like, it better be worth it. I watched it, I'm like,
You're
oh,
saying
never
like
mind, it was
the
worth it.
hype, like people were hyping it up for you, like leading into this season.
Yes, like, people were like, Hori Mia is like the romance of the year, bro. You gotta check it out. I was like, bruh.
I mean, that's fair. Like, to me, I heard about Horimiya like in 2014.
Damn.
Like I like friends of mine were trying to get me to read this manga back then. And I was like, "Oh, bet, yeah, I'll get there." Never got there. Never got there.
Yeah.
So when I heard this was getting an adaptation, I was like, "Oh shit, this better be like." I set the bar super high. I was like, "This has to be good for all this shit my friends were talking years ago, and it's still ongoing." That was the thing that blew my mind too. I was like, "So this shit is still going, and they were giving it that praise like 6 years ago. It better be fire, dude." And I have to say, I was happy with what I saw.
It was good. Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was super, super good. That's it though. I don't really have any other thoughts outside of that. Color design is amazing. Like, I think the color designs.
Formally, it's just it's on point. I don't think anybody's gonna dispute that.
Yeah.
I think I'm in line with you where like my biggest concern is character development and the narrative. I'm not really.
Yeah.
I was never worried about it not looking good.
Yeah.
So.
It's Cloverworks show. It's gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing I gotta say before we move on. That teacher, and you were there when I said this, but I was like, that is Rin Matsuoka. Like, he straight up looks like Rin Matsuoka. He's got the red hair tied back and everything. I'm like, that's Rin. Like,
yeah,
why is there teacher Rin?
It's Suda though.
I know it's Suda, but like,
yeah, that's my.
I also thought it was Koyasu, and I felt so dumb because I was like, is that Koyasu? And everyone's like, it's Suda. I was like, I feel stupid.
To be fair, they have similar inflections in their voice, but they're so distinct for me. But my thing is like, I have that thing with Suda where it's like almost like a live action actor, where it's like it doesn't matter what the role is that he plays anymore. It's like, oh, it's Suda doing this now. Like that's the point I've gotten to with that that actor. So it's really weird. It doesn't seem like he's a major part of the series though.
No, him and like him, Koyasu, and like a few others are like the actors who I'm like, if they're in it, they're only gonna make it better. Like,
oh, for sure. Yeah. They can't make it worse.
Exactly.
You know how I've been feeling about that a lot more recently? Frieza's voice actor, dude.
Oh, Broly.
Like, no.
Yeah, I know. Different voice actor.
But, I mean, it's all the same. I have to give that dub actor credit for like reaching the same heights to a certain degree. But anyway, all right.
Let's move.
That's Horimiya.
Kaisen. No new episode of Kaisen's out, so we're gonna move on. That guy looks like Jesus.
He does, though, right?
Yeah.
Is there an anime adaptation of that Buddha and Jesus manga by any chance?
Yeah.
Is there?
I think so.
I haven't seen it.
Chat, back us up. I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like that's true.
Because I've been wanting to get into that, but I was like, I feel like it'd be so much better as an anime than reading the manga.
There is. Tim says. Dreadful Sloth says, Goku's Japanese VA making my ears bleed to this day. You have shit taste, sir. I feel bad for you.
Dreadful Sloth, we're not friends anymore. I'm playing. You have whatever taste you want, sir. I just think you're wrong.
You are entitled to your shitty opinion.
Actually, fucking incredible.
Yeah.
What's the dub actor's name again? I hate that dude.
Sean Schimmel.
Sean Schimmel. Yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah,
honestly,
man, that guy
fuck
sucks. Straight
Look, the only dub voice actor that I give credit to is whoever the Team 4-star actor is that plays that man. Like,
Masako X, my boy. I love Masako.
There you go. Yeah, that shit is fire.
Yeah.
But nah.
Yeah. Kimono Jihen, I will give a nod to because a lot of people are like, "You gonna talk about it?" I didn't even know what it was.
I haven't seen it.
I think it's like a shonen thing. I don't know.
Kinda.
I usually like shonen stuff, but I've never heard of it. It's by Ajia Do. So.
That don't mean shit to me. Ajia Do is like the most hit or miss studio that's ever existed.
Yeah. So, yeah. Laid Back Camp Season 2. I haven't seen the first episode yet, and I feel bad about it.
You what?
I know.
I'm literally about to be like, all right, chat, I'm gonna step back and let JoJo gush for like 5 minutes.
I literally, well, you wanna know why? And this might be part of the reason why I was like, man, like about Tensei. Because again, I don't think Tensei's bad. It's just kind of mid to me. But I was like, I only have time to watch one or the other. So I'm going to watch Tensei. And I was like, I feel bad that I don't have enough time to watch Laid Back Camp, but I feel like Tensei makes more sense to watch.
They're not even anywhere near the same day, bro.
I know, but I kept pushing Laid Back Camp back because I wanted to wait for a time where I could be like really nice and comfy.
Don't take that shit out on Mushoku Tensei. That shit is fire.
It is not fire. It is incredibly
fire.
It is.
Where is it? I'll talk about it when we get there, bro. It's fire.
It's next up. We can talk about it
okay,
now. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. Well, Log Horizon isn't out yet.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped for it though. Mushoku Tensei. Just voice your grievances, man.
I don't really have grievances. It's just mid. Like nothing. Yeah, like nothing it does is bad.
Okay. Well, can you not see the potential for it being incredible?
No.
Okay, then we're on a different page. Then.
Yeah, like because to me, I'm like it visually speaking, yes.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I don't mean to discredit your viewpoint.
It's fine.
But I've seen a lot of isekai.
Yeah.
Like a lot of isekai, and so like out the gate, the premise of these series have nothing to do with each other, but this to me is like the absolute inverse of what Death March did. Where like I think Death March, and I enjoy Death March. If you ask anybody in this wonderful community what they think about Death March, they're gonna tell you it's hot garbage. Okay, JoJo included.
Yep.
Right. I enjoy that series, and to me, this literally tiptoed around the minefields that are the Death March minefields. I can see this series blowing up heavily, especially in Japan, but as a whole, it has a lot of fucking potential. I already addressed my problems with this kind of narrative and this kind of setup. I think it can subvert those. So as long as it's entertaining all the way throughout and they actually build upon the bases they've established, I think it can be a really, really good isekai. Really, really good isekai.
Cool. I legitimately wish it success. I just was like, it's mid. If people vibe with it, they vibe with it, and good for them. I don't really have much opinion outside of like.
It's not like the first episode was anything that like was like, oh my god, I've never seen this before, right?
You just sense potential in it.
Like that, so I can feel you on that. Like, there's nothing about that first episode that you're like, that I could see you coming away with being like, that was amazing.
That's just it. Right? Like I have enough isekai. I have enough isekai. I'm good. Yeah. Like
for me, it's like I have enough isekai too. It's just that I love isekai. So like it's like if I feel like it can be a good isekai, I'm there for it. Mm-hmm. And I felt that with this first episode. I was like, this has a lot of potential. That's my biggest takeaway from it. It's like I had a good time watching this episode. Was the episode anything great? No, but I can see why people are hyping up this series. I can see why it will get to the point where I will be hyping up these episodes.
Yeah. Right? I will say, because I'm already seeing it in chat and I'm gonna get annoyed. Time for salty JoJo, everyone's favorite JoJo. I don't give two fucking shits about the light novel. I really don't.
JoJo doesn't read, guys.
Yeah, like how many times do we gotta say like
to read comic books? You know, shocker. He literally got me into comic books, and yet he doesn't read them.
I don't. Yeah, I don't read them anymore. I used to. Now I don't. I don't care about the fact that Mushoku Tensei was this trendsetter. All the other shows copied. I don't give two fucks. Like, I really don't.
Well, I think they're saying that in reply to what I was saying. So, like...
No, but I got told that. Because I was just like, it's mid. And people are like, yeah, but, like, it was... I don't care. That doesn't change the fact that the anime's mid.
I was just saying that I legit just called it out for being like, oh, like, certain things that I've seen this before, they could be this wrong or right. So what they're trying to say is, oh, but this was the first one to do it. I agree with JoJo, to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck who was the first one to do it.
Yeah.
How well is it done? Because I've seen it before.
That's exactly my point. That is exact. Yeah, you nailed it, right? Because it's like, to me, I'm like, I don't care who did it first. I care who did it best.
Exactly.
And it very well might do it best. I don't friggin' know, right? Like just base. Yeah,
it might. To me, it's like I avoided Bookworm for the same reason, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how Bookworm turned out. You were right to do
that.
But I avoided for the same reason. This I don't see me disliking. So
Yeah,
whatever that's worth.
yeah, like I really this and a certain other isekai, I genuinely hope blow up, even if I'm not really paying attention to them, because more isekai is a good thing. So more good anime is at the
Even
end of the
when
day a
you're
good thing.
watching 5 isekai in one season.
Okay, maybe not that. maybe that's a bad time. But it's also split quarters, so
I saw Chibi post his Kumo Desu Ka video, right?
mm-hmm.
And like when he posted it, he put like on the tweet, he was like, it's like par for the course for us to have like one isekai per season. I was like, one?
you
One?
young
You
fool.
saw one?
Yeah.
Because I saw like 7, but okay.
That's it to me.
I love
Chibi, no, yeah, we love Chibi, but like that tweet really did read like young fool. Only now at the end do you realize. like I turned into the emperor.
Well, the tweet was definitely like that's how it read to me, but like obviously that wasn't the case because it's not like Chibi's not aware /
Yeah, it's his
I
job.
think,
I
think going to that point is his job such that the tweet had to have some sort of substance to it to make it clickable.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
I can't hate on any of that.
Yeah. Listen, man, like whenever I say that I'm not watching a show, and Sun knows this, so I don't really have to explain it, but I feel like chat, some of you don't, and I should stress. If I say I'm not watching a show or I don't like it, that doesn't mean that I don't want the show to succeed. You know what I mean?
This is not for you.
Exactly. Like
nobody's wishing. That's the thing. Like, I don't think you need to clarify that because like who out here thinks that JoJo is out here wishing ill will towards anyone or anything? He doesn't have the energy or time for that shit. Like
whoever replied to the spider isekai thing, whoever that was.
Oh, I saw that stupid shit. Look, I'm gonna say this right now, just to put that into context. We haven't even hit, or did we skip that? I don't even know where that is.
No, it's.
But it's coming up. Yeah. All I can say is, if there was a fucking snake isekai, I'd be in the same fucking position. So I don't have to tell y'all.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
It'd be like that. It'd be like you can't expect somebody to like something if for whatever reason. I just hated that tweet because they downplayed, or I guess it was your tweet, but like, what was it? A comment that you received or something? I don't remember. I just saw what you.
They tweeted at me. This individual tweeted at me saying like, "I think it's really dumb that you won't watch a show because of severe arachnophobia." Yeah, and I was like,
that's what I
literally
saw.
use the word severe.
Don't understand.
Yeah.
You clearly don't even understand what the fuck you're talking about, and it's perfectly reasonable for you not to watch a show based off of that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're saying, "Oh, the show is bad" just because you feel that way about it. It's saying it's not. You can't do it. It's very simple.
Yeah, and that really bothered me. It like to a point where like I don't usually interact with that shit. I just kind of either block or like ignore it. But like for that one, I really had to respond because I was like, "This is so stupid," and I want to stress that if I don't like something, I'm still hoping it does well. Like because if it does well, that's more good anime in the world, which means more anime fans. So at the end of the day, it'd be like that.
So I'm gonna put a caveat on that and say that like if I don't like something, there's things that I dislike for reasons that mean that I don't think they should do well. Like I think it should not be well received. It's very rare.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I don't agree with that because it's like there's certain series where it's like I hope this does poorly because it's setting the wrong message if it does well.
That's fair. I guess there are shows like that.
It's rare, but like what you're saying is like something like, "Oh, I can't watch the series because I have a phobia of spiders." It's a real thing. Whether you understand it or not, it's true. I can't watch it, but I don't wish any ill will towards the series. I'm just not a part of it. That's different than me not liking a series for like very pointed reasons and that shit succeeding, because sometimes series don't need to succeed if they're based on the wrong shit. I'm not going to put any context in any of this shit. I just need you guys to know my stance on it. That's it.
Right on. That's fair. We should move on because we've been kind of like stuck in between Mushoku and the next ones.
I don't know what else is happening. I do have to go soon, so let's try and find.
Yeah, let's fly through these. Because then Titan after this. Wano. I'm not watching Wano, but I hear it's good.
I haven't seen the Fables latest episode. I will say that.
People have been hyping that up.
That episode is supposedly like Jesus is cum drizzling down your throat. I don't understand how.
That is not what I expected.
And I've been watching a lot of Charlie. All right, look,
Yeah.
all
I can tell.
all I know is if it's that good, I'm super hyped for it. I'm probably gonna watch it later tonight. But Wano has been something where like I fought for it to like even be in the Annie Wars because I was like, it's a whole different production.
Yeah, it's a different
And
beast.
so it's been going in, man. It has been going in.
Yeah. Shout out to Pokemon Journeys. I hear that's also good. Gary's coming back. Yay.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. And all the legendaries are in this season too, which is kind of cool.
All the legendaries?
Yes, they're bringing them all back. Like that's like the premise
Literally
of this
every
season.
single one?
Yes. Like that's literally the premise. Like the opening is like all the legendaries, and then like
So
Gary and Iris and shit.
So let me ask you this: are we doing the Soul Link again?
Yes. We need to. We need to get back to it. Yeah, we need to get back to it. That said, I have a feeling you're gonna have some thoughts on this next one. ReZero. Yes.
I don't know if I have thoughts. Like I have thoughts, but like not that I want to bog us down with. Like I think that first episode was perfection. I think that is how you do a split core.
Mhm.
Don't miss a step. Don't treat it like what you said about B-Stars earlier, right? Like don't treat it like there's been time away. Treat it like we haven't missed a step and this is just the continuation of what we were doing.
Yeah. Like I like
That's
that
what
we
that
just
episode of ReZero was to me.
Yeah. Like I like that we just pick up right with Auto punching Subaru in the face. And I was like,
it could have been 3 months ago. We could have watched that very same episode and it would have had the same impact.
Exactly. It's super cool. Like I love everything with Rosewall because Rosewall is my batshit insane Wando.
I like the challenge. I don't understand people that like are trying to like tell me that I can't like Rosewall. That don't make no sense to me.
I think that flies in the face of what the show's trying to tell you. Like,
right? Like I love that motherfucker. And first of all, anything I do with this series, I look at through Subaru's perspective.
Yeah.
Right? So if I look at it through Subaru's perspective and he's willing to do something, while I don't agree with everything he does, I give that a lot of weight. A lot of weight.
Yeah.
Rosewall, I think the challenge is perfect because I think it's doable. Right?
Yeah.
I think after everything we learned just now from Subaru's perspective, he can actually accomplish dealing with the bunny threat and saving the mansion at the same time. I think we don't even need a returns but for the Puck contract shit, and the Puck contract shit isn't going to be resolved even if we get a returns, right? So like if he were to return, that shit is still going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So it's not worth returning for that.
This and the start of like so coming back from like the end for the second half and then the beginning of this, so both like first episodes, quote unquote, right? First episode of season 2, first episode back from break. They took away 2 characters that I like, right? Beginning they took away Rem, now they take away Puck, and I'm like, if we get a season when we get a season 3, I'm gonna be very nervous about the first episode.
Puck was never a part of this season.
I know, like, but he's still in my heart.
I know, you guys don't understand. That's what I was trying to get people to understand, is that Puck is one of my favorite characters in the entirety of ReZero.
Yeah.
So, like, for me to go a whole season with him inexplicably, right? Now there's an explanation. Mm-hmm. Before, it was inexplicably Puck taking a back seat because he, quote unquote, couldn't do it. Right? Mm-hmm. You know how painful that shit is as a fan of a character to be like, there's no reason this man shouldn't be out here, but he's not out here because
reasons.
He just can't.
Yeah.
Just reasons. Then you find out the reasons and it's painful.
Yeah.
But like, that just means he's still not coming back.
Yeah.
That shit broke me, dude. That shit fucking broke.
That was really upsetting. I was like, no, dude. Like, yeah, that bummed me right out.
But he needed to say it. That's why I agree with Subaru's actions in that moment, because I was like, we need to get to the bottom of this before we continue on here.
Yeah.
Emilia's broken.
Yeah. I felt, well, somebody in my chat also pointed out how they're like, Subaru, like, can you stay the night with me? And he's like, sure, Emilia, yeah. And then Emilia wakes up and the fucker's not there. And I was like, oh yeah.
You can't say though. Or are you talking about before?
Before. And she literally is like, that's where she does the like Puck you liar, Mom you liar, Subaru you liar.
That was all Subaru knew what he was. That was all for Puck. It was super sad, dude. Like, yeah, especially the Fortuna liar shit. Like, I was like, like y'all know that Emilia is my favorite female character in ReZero, right? It's not a secret. Everybody knows this. You know how painful it is to watch this shit, this arc specifically.
Just watching the show break her. Yeah.
Like, it's so, but it also, like, the payoff for it and like what it means for people that have been tracking this series since the beginning is so good that, like, I even have to take a step back and just be like, I'll deal with it. Deal with it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy season, man.
I'm excited to like actually like get more into it and see where things go. I'm definitely curious what's going on with like Ryuzu and Garfield and all that, because like those are the only parts of the episode where I'm. Yeah, the Garfield stuff. I'm sort of in the dark. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, see, we only know what they just told. Like, the biggest Garfield revelations were in that last episode, as far as like what the fuck happened in the past with Frederica's father and all that shit. But I think for me, the Ryuzu stuff, unfortunately, I've been spoiled on, so like it doesn't hold a lot of weight for me. Like, it's like I hear it and I'm like, oh, this is cool to like look at from this new perspective that you just said. But I already know what the fuck is going on here.
Oh, okay.
Same thing for me with Bayako. So it's really just been a matter of like the Garfield shit is new and fresh to me. I'm like, oh, this shit is crazy. I think this season for me, the biggest things are Emilia's character arc and Garfield's character arc. Those are the two things I'm like the most invested in as things stand.
We call him Lasagna Boy in these parts. Feel bad.
It's not a bad name.
Yeah, feel bad about
but he's not a fat cat though.
No, but he's Garfield.
Yeah, that's
I mean, he does turn into a big, far-off, scary cat. Yeah. I don't know if it's quite the same.
Not the same kind of fat cat, but like, he's still a fat cat. That's fair.
Quickly moving on through the rest. Scar on the Praetor. Please tell me this isn't a Handshaker sequel.
The Go Hand not show. Out, right?
The first episode came out apparently.
Oh, I was supposed to watch that, but honestly, look, if it's not K Project, I don't care.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. Shadowverse still exists, which is a crime.
Is that a 50 episode series?
It is. It's 48 episodes.
That's so trash.
That's a crime. Now I see why you were just like, no, there's some shows that don't deserve to continue. I'm like, yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That shit. So it's abysmal.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather go back and watch Bakugan Battle Brawlers, the whole thing, than watch a single episode of Shadowverse.
Damn. Skate the Infinity. Fire. Absolute fire. Holy
fire. Shit. Ranga is that dude too. That's my boy right there.
He's Canadian. Oh. That made me so fucking happy.
I would like that. Although his dad's probably dead, so
yeah,
you know.
Him and Reki. I'm like, this is that squad. Like immediately, I'm like, I love these two. Like
Reki's cool, but like I think my favorite like Reki's like third for me. I think Cherry is my second.
Cherry, dude. Like my whole chat was like, "There's JoJo's husbando right there." I'm like, "Yep, claimed Cherry."
Cherry is cool as shit, but Raga is that dude. Like I was like, he's gonna do this, bro. He's gonna do this. He's gonna expose Shadow.
The instant he taped his feet to the board, I'm like, motherfucker, I know exactly where we're going. Well,
that shit to me was it was funny to me once they started the race and he was like,
yeah, so, he's like shit. There's no snow.
Yeah, up here I was like, push this, man. I
really thought Reki was just gonna give him a light push or something.
Me too, but then he started like fucking like scooting himself forward. I was like, I love this character.
Yeah.
I fucking love these characters.
Some of the craziest animation I've seen was in that downhill jam between him and Shadow. I was like, what?
It was sick,
It
dude.
was
And
insane.
my thing with this series is that they did such a good job. Like, I ain't no skateboarding prodigy or no skateboarding buff, but I've been around during that era to have seen enough of every different type of skateboarding to tell you that the form and the shit that they captured there, like, it almost made me feel like they rotoscope shit. Like, I was like, this shit is fucking beautifully done.
I agree. Like, by the way, I was like, why? Like, when I went into your stream the one day, and I was like, Sun is talking about tech decks, and I have no idea why. And then the episode's like halfway through, fucking Reki's playing with the tech deck, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah,
I made a bulk eBay order yesterday for some tech decks.
Dude, I want a tech deck again. I don't even know where mine are.
I got you. I'll send you a couple tech decks. I'm gonna hand out tech decks to everybody, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna Oprah Winfrey the tech decks.
You get a tech deck. You get a tech deck.
Yeah.
Like this was like well, somebody's just like, did you know how to skateboard? Yes, actually, I did. When I was a kid, I could skateboard and like kickflip and shit. I couldn't do it now.
Fair.
Yeah, like if you put me on a board now, I'd fall flat on my face.
I think it's one of those things where like if I shot a basketball right now, I'd probably miss.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where if you don't keep up with it, you're gonna be bad at it. But like, yeah, I picked up skating pretty easily. I just wasn't good at it compared to like other forms of shit.
Yeah,
I never got like super good at it.
Like you couldn't catch me dead doing this shit.
On roller skate, way better than I can fucking skateboard.
Yeah.
It was.
I was that asshole kid who would like ride around on his scooter and like jump up in the air and spin the bitch. Like
yo, the OG scooters, like where you kind of trick though. I used to do that shit too.
Yeah, until you hit your friend in the shin with it. Then it's less fun.
Oh, well, okay, that's a new problem. I never done that.
My buddy was like right beside me, and I did that, and I hit him right in the shin.
That's fucked up. Yeah,
he was like,
deserve to get that shit taken away from you.
My mom literally took it away from me. Like she's like, nope, no more scooter.
She should have.
Yeah,
it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose. Like I just.
Of course you didn't do it on purpose, but like, it's not about purposeful shit. It's like, this man can't be trusted to keep everyone safe.
Literally, they were like, here's a bike. And I was like, can I spin the bike? They're like, no. Then I got into mountain biking, and that's how I fucked up my elbows. That's a story for another day. Skate leading stars. I forgot that this was happening.
I skipped that.
I'll check it out later. I will put it in under considering because I need skating because I like figure skating, but I also miss Yuri on Ice. So like,
not the same thing. You can just wait for Ice Adolescence.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. So I'm a spider, so what? This one I'm gonna let Sun take.
I love it. That's all I have to say. I would say more, but like I don't have time to, so like all I can really say is I didn't think I needed this in my life, but I did. And I can see more so than Mushoku, honestly. More so than Mushoku Tensei. I can see a potential for this series to where it hits a level that everybody resonates with. To me, and I know it's too simplistic to compare to, but the first episode of it gave me the same feeling, not in terms of what it did, but in terms of what it gave to me, was the same feeling I had when I watched the first episode of Slime. Like, I was like, this is fun. This is unique. This is refreshing.
Good.
I like the comedy. I like the world. It has potential. Like, that's all I need from things, man. I don't need it to be like some shit where it like slaps me across the fucking face and tells me, "Oh, call me beautiful." Like, I don't need that. I just need I just need you to give me a ray of hope. Mm-hmm. That's literally it. And Spider did that in spades. So
I felt really bad when I had to turn, like I shit, like my mom's like, "Are you okay?" Because I literally went, "Ah!" Like it turned it off. And that's when I went on Twitter, like, you lied to me! Like, you all lied!
I remember watching it. At some point during my reaction, I was like, JoJo's not gonna like this. Like, I specifically remember saying that shit, dude. I think it was one of the big Spider shows up there. Because I thought maybe
I didn't
be able to handle. Okay. There's like a really super realistic big ass spider that
Nope.
shows up. That's like the parent spider to all the other mini spiders.
Don't like
So I was
this.
like, I thought at that point like you would have signed out for sure, but I
Yeah.
thought you would maybe be able to deal with the more like white
Mm-mm.
chibi style spiders.
Well, at first I was
Um,
like, I'm fine, right? Like when she was cracking out of the egg, I'm like, okay, I got this. And in my head, I'm like, be brave. This, you know, it's you heard the hype. Just be brave, bro. You got this. And I really tried, guys. Like I really, really tried. I was like, be brave, dude. And then I was okay. And then they all burst out of the egg, and not all of them are fucking cute, bro. Like not all of them are cute.
I,
And they all
all
charged the
good,
camera,
bro.
and that's when I turned off. Like I was like,
it's
nope.
all good. I feel that.
Yeah.
Skip episode 2 of Mandalorian season 2, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
But like I said earlier, I don't follow my boy because if this was not Kumo desu ka, but like Hebi desu ka, I wouldn't fucking watch it.
Mhm.
I don't care how cute they looked. I wouldn't be able to do it. So it's a real thing that you gotta respect, man. Like
Yeah.
if it was snakes, I wouldn't watch it. But like luckily I don't. I look at spiders and I just don't give a shit.
Well, because
So
the
it's just-
spiders on the
life
poster are
is just
cute.
weird like that.
Like the ones on the
Yeah.
poster are cute. Like there are cute spiders, right? Like I jokingly said to somebody, like, there are no cute spiders. Yes, there is. There's that Isaac the Spider thing on YouTube. He's cute.
I would argue that Sheila from Shadow of War is really cute.
Sheila from Shadow of War gave me very mixed signals. 'Cause I was like, she's hot, but she's Sheila, but she's
Regular
hot.
Sheila is very disturbing.
Yeah,
for
it was
sure.
very, very confusing. But like these spiders look cute. But like I know that there is creepy ass spider. There are some people who are cool enough to be like, do you want us to just like tell you when they're gone? And I'm like, no.
because it's gonna be every episode, right?
It's just
like
like, yeah, I'm like,
one
no.
of those things where it's like the show is called Song of Spiders. So
Yeah.
what?
Well,
Like,
and somebody
it's
had the
not
ball.
exciting.
Somebody had the brass to be like, is it Spider-Man like your favorite superhero? Spider-Man isn't a giant Spider-Man.
So
Like-
whoever said that, you know how long I've held back from saying that to JoJo. So how dare you say it if I even say it?
That's just it. Like, because first of all, Peter Parker is not an actual Spider-Man. He is a man who has spider powers.
There is a run where he does look like a fucking spider.
Yeah, and I didn't
Yeah.
read that shit because he looked like a spider.
I'm just saying.
Like every time that they do Man Spider, which yes, Chad, is a very different thing. Man Spider will show up in Spider-Verse crossovers, and I'm like, fucking get out, because I hate him. I hate Man Spider. He's disgusting. Did you know there's a universe where instead of growing like the spider arms, Peter when Peter turns into Man Spider, he instead is Peter Parker's head, but with a spider body, and he crushes himself and he dies.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's
I've seen
fucked
it.
up. that's
Yeah,
that's weird.
But I mean, they gotta exhaust every option. That's what comic books do.
Yeah. How many fucking
All right,
shows
we'll
are
move
left?
on from this.
Yeah.
Look, watch Kumo desu ka. I think it's gonna be undeniably one of the most popular series this season.
Yeah.
Across the board.
I hope it is. I like the fact that you said it was like episode 1 of Tensura. I'm like, go watch it, because like if it makes you feel like that, then like yes, go watch it, because like that first episode of Tensura is like very fun. So if it's even remotely like that, like that's super good. Speaking of Tensura's not back yet, so we can't talk about Tensura. Promise Neverland.
Tuesday though, Tuesday.
Soon.
We'll be out there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Rimuru again. But yeah,
Shout
Promise
out to
Neverland.
Ray. That's literally all I gotta say about Promise Neverland episode 1.
Ray,
Shout
just
out
shout outs to Ray. Ray,
Shout out.
Ray was like it felt like Cloverworks was like, hey man, we saw that you put Ray in your top 10 characters of all time. Here's some Ray Shine for you. And I was like, oh, thank you, Cloverworks. I will eat well tonight. Like this is beautiful. I appreciate this hearty meal of Ray greatness that you have brought me, because it was wonderful.
It was beautiful. Somebody in my chat was like, "Yo, Ray could have died there." I was like, "No, he couldn't have."
No,
I
he
don't know
wouldn't.
how plot armor works.
Yeah,
it's way
Ray
too-
is too much of a beast and he's too important. Like, yeah, he's not dying. That said,
But
I love this setup. I love
yeah, same.
this
I was
setup.
gonna say, in all seriousness, like this season is gonna be way crazier than I thought it was gonna be.
Well, just the
honestly,
fact that they're
I-
like, oh, like you must be friends of fuck, what's his name? What's the guy
William
that?
Minerva.
Yeah, Minerva. You must be like working with Minerva, right? And they're like, who? And I was like, get out. Right? Like I right away turned into the dude from Get Out. I was just, get out. Like, no, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Get out. And then that's when Ray's like, so why are demons helping humans? And then Emma's face of like, huh? Like the way
No.
that episode ends.
All demons gotta be the same though. That's my perspective. It's
Yeah.
like just because they're demons doesn't mean they're affiliated with the demons that ran the farm. Like
Yeah, there's
this whole world, this whole outside world seems really fucked up, man. There's probably multiple factions and all kinds of shit going on out here. So
I feel like the ED kind of gives stuff away. Cause like
I don't remember did it have visuals? I just remember the song.
it did. It showed
I just
like
remember the song.
I don't want to go too far into it, but I feel like I kind of know what their deal is because of the ED. So I'm like, okay, like I kind of have an idea. And a lot of people are like, like in the OP, like a lot of empty space there, like between Ray and Emma, and I'm like, shut up, like, cause like I don't know.
As long as Norman comes back, bro, that's all. I spent most of the episode just being like, this season might be great, but there's no Phil and there's no Norman, and that bothers me.
It really bothers me. I like Norman. I love Norman and Phil.
Like those are my two. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Ray is great, and I actually love Emma now. Gilda's cool. I actually don't hate Dawn anymore.
Yeah, I like Dawn now.
But like at the end of the day, Phil and Norman are my favorite.
They're not there. Yeah, it's like fuck. I do feel like because we see them in the OP, well, at least Phil in the OP, we do see Norman in the ED. Like
I think Norman is more readily because like I think the only way we see Phil is like cutting back, right? Like we don't know what's gonna happen to Isabella. I don't see how they would just let Isabella walk away with having fucked up that royally.
I'm very nervous because I think Isabella is such a fascinating character that I'm like,
I love her, dude.
Yeah, I get rid of her.
That character. So I don't know how. Like I feel like she has to make a move or do something to like save herself from just being like, oh, you let our prime specimen get away. Like okay,
have you lost your mind?
We'll replace you with another mama. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
You saw what we did to Crone, right? It's like, yeah, goddamn, poor Crone.
Crone, bro.
Crone was so fun, man. Like, it's gonna be crazy, man.
It's gonna be a wild season. I'm hoping I don't get spoiled. Like, I feel like out of anything that's airing right now, I have the highest chance of getting spoiled on Neverland.
I feel like you're right. I feel like I'm probably gonna get spoiled on Titan before I get spoiled on Neverland.
Oh well, the perks of reading the manga.
Yeah. That said, literally trending today was Declaration of War. I'm like, oh god, please! I thought we were out of 2020, and then
oh shit! Oh, I gotta get to the Titan episode. That's today. I didn't even
apparently, and I was like, thanks Twitter.
You ain't even ready, bro. You ain't even.
That's just I was like, thanks Twitter. I kind of figured we were going in that direction anyway, but thanks Twitter. God damn it.
Damn.
Yeah.
But no,
I think that's it. I think that's everything we got. Like,
no Wave yet. That comes out soon.
Wonder Egg. I am gonna watch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Wonder Egg. Those are the only two things left, honestly, for me to like give a chance.
Wonder Egg and Wave.
I have my schedule. Yeah.
You're not gonna check out Tensura?
No, that's a given. I just meant new shit.
Okay. Oh, new stuff. Yeah. I feel bad for Yashahime. I really fell off that show.
I never wanted to watch it. If I ever watch Yashahime, it's gonna be what it's done, and I'm bored. And I'm like, okay, more Inuyasha stuff. Like, certain things do not need a continuation, bro. Especially when it's like, okay, let's show you children. Like, I hate that shit. Like, Boruto. I don't need. I don't need the Boruto effect. I really don't. Yeah, it's been done, dude. Just let it die. Fine.
Yeah, I think the only time I've ever seen like kid take over for adult, and it was done well, was Z with the Cell arc.
And then I just brought this back because he's like, oh, he can't carry it himself. We need
exactly. I was like, fuck you! Like, you ruined it. God damn it! Like, I don't know.
They single-handedly ruined it themselves, though. They were like, we're gonna make him a shitty ass, nerdy ass, dumb character.
Well, and then they give you like, here is Ultimate Gohan. I'm like, he's a badass again. No.
He was.
Like,
Yeah, but
no.
he's never gonna live down the do-rag with the green suit, bro.
No,
Like, it's
that's
just
never that's never done. Oh my god. The Gohan slander, Griffith says. Listen, I still like Gohan, but like be real. By the time you get to either GT or Super,
look,
he's done.
look, look, Gohan all the way up till BoJack, the movie, is one of the sickest characters that has ever existed in Dragon Ball. Every iteration of Gohan after that, except like 5 seconds where he bodies Super Buu in Ultimate Gohan form, is trash.
Yeah.
Literal trash. I don't even understand how he pulls Videl at that point.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, the next Dragon Ball movie, and this is where we're gonna end the podcast on this bizarre note. If they do another movie like Broly, and that's how they're gonna continue it, I really think that they're just gonna wait till the manga has enough to adapt. But if they do another movie, I
think they'll bring
BoJack.
the series back before they do another movie, dude.
Yeah, but if they do another movie, if they're let's make one of the movies canon, BoJack. I don't know how you would do that now.
Oh, you're
but
saying
BoJack.
like readapt an old? They won't readapt an old movie though, bro.
Like, but bring BoJack in Super would be great. Like, I think BoJack in Super would be great.
If they did, you really think it would be BoJack? I think it would be Janemba at this point.
Janemba makes a lot of sense. Cooler makes a lot of sense. Like,
I think Cooler makes the most sense. Just to bring Cooler into the Super canon, I think they would do.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's where we're gonna end the podcast. I think the YouTube portion of it, so I can do the Titan stream after this. But yeah, thanks for watching, YouTube. We will catch you guys in the next one next week, and we're not gonna do like every single show. I'm just gonna talk about the shows that we want to talk about. And if you want to check out my boy Sun Woo, you can do so both on YouTube and Twitch. I will have a link in the pinned comment to both. Sun?
I prefer you do so on Twitch.
Yeah, go to Twitch actually.
Don't worry about the
YouTube
Sun. It exists, but ain't nobody worry about that. Yeah, the Sun Woo on Twitch. Yo, whoever got the original Sun Woo with the 1U, I need to find that man and have him bequeath that shit to me because
yeah, that's unfortunate.
I want that shit.
All right. Bye, YouTube. Bye.
Peace.